To truly understand the depth of Ultimate Wolverine #1 and what it sets in motion for the future of the character, it's essential to delve deeper into both its plot structure and the themes that drive it. This first issue marks a pivotal moment in Wolverine's journey, introducing a complex psychological framework that isn't solely focused on physical combat but rather on the emotional and intellectual deconstruction of his identity. Let's dive even deeper into the story, exploring its narrative intricacies, themes, and how it recontextualizes Wolverine's essence in the Ultimate Universe. 1. The transformation of Wolverine, a broken hero. In Ultimate Wolverine #1, Wolverine is not the unflinching hero that fans of the character might expect. Instead, he is a victim of experimentation and mind control. His transformation into the Winter Soldier is particularly unsettling because it strips away everything that has traditionally defined Wolverine: his fierce autonomy, his self-determination, and his inherent rebellious nature. The opening sequence, where Wolverine is deployed on a covert mission for the Mecha, sets the stage for this version of Wolverine. He's more of a weapon than a person. The concept of a hero being reduced to a mindless tool of war, having his identity erased and replaced with programming, is a tragic subversion of everything Wolverine stands for. He is a character who once fought for his independence, his choices, and his honor, but now he's been systematically stripped of those qualities. The Mecha's role: the Mecha is not merely a villain in the traditional sense, he's a catalyst for Wolverine's fall. As an alternate version of Reed Richards, the Mecha sees humanity as broken and believes that the only solution is control and manipulation. By using Wolverine as an instrument of war, the Mecha represents the authoritarian force that Wolverine has always rebelled against. However, in this context, Wolverine is the one being controlled. His transformation into a pawn of the Mecha's greater plans creates a power imbalance where Wolverine, the hero, becomes a symbol of the cost of unchecked power. This makes the ultimate question of the series: can Wolverine reclaim his humanity and autonomy, or will he remain a weapon? 2. Memory, identity, and the loss of the self. A central theme in this issue, and likely throughout the series, is memory. Memory is both the key to Wolverine's recovery and the chain that holds him to his past. The Mecha's manipulation of Wolverine's mind effectively robs him of his memories, but these memories, though scattered, still have the power to resurface. In one of the most poignant scenes, Wolverine is triggered by Psalm 23. The religious reference is not just an arbitrary choice but a deep connection to the concept of redemption. Psalm 23 is associated with guidance, restoration, and protection. For Wolverine, the repeated references to the psalm in his fragmented memories symbolize the possibility of spiritual and emotional healing. This suggests that, despite his programming and conditioning, Wolverine still holds on to fragments of his former self, the part of him that clings to hope and the possibility of salvation. However, it is unclear whether these memories will lead to full recovery or simply serve as fleeting moments of clarity that will eventually fade away. Wolverine's struggle with memory loss is not just personal, it's metaphysical. Who is Wolverine if he can no longer remember the choices that defined him? What makes a person who they are? In this issue, Wolverine is presented with a unique form of amnesia that is not limited to forgetting events but also to the loss of personal agency. The inability to remember who you are, what you've done, and why you've done it, raises critical philosophical questions about identity. In this way, Ultimate Wolverine #1 is not just a superhero story, it's a story about the fragility of the self and the difficulty of understanding who we truly are when everything about us has been manipulated or erased. 3. Wolverine's relationship with Nightcrawler, the emotional core. A key turning point in the story comes when Wolverine encounters Nightcrawler. This is not just another fight scene but a deep emotional and psychological moment for Wolverine. Nightcrawler recognizes Wolverine immediately, calling out to him in a way that implies a previous bond, perhaps they fought side by side or shared a history as X-Men. The reaction from Wolverine, who initially seems impervious to Nightcrawler's calls, is significant because it highlights the inner conflict of a man who doesn't remember but feels the pull of past emotions. This moment encapsulates the tension between who Wolverine once was and who he has become. Nightcrawler's plea and the biblical reference to Psalm 23, offering Wolverine the possibility of redemption, emphasize a deeply tragic aspect of Wolverine's character. Nightcrawler isn't just trying to prevent a fight, he's reaching out to the man Wolverine used to be, the one who might have saved him. For Wolverine, the act of violence against someone he once knew is crushing. It's a tragic reflection of the world he now inhabits, a world where even old friendships are expendable, and the man he once was is forced to commit unspeakable acts against those he once cared for. The fact that Wolverine doesn't fully respond to Nightcrawler's emotional plea shows how far removed he has become from his former self. This disconnect, this dissonance between his actions and his past, lays the emotional groundwork for the rest of the series. Wolverine's journey will likely be one of grappling with his guilt and the realization that his old relationships have been irreparably damaged. This personal tragedy deepens his character and presents him as a hero in desperate need of redemption, which only makes his eventual reconciliation, or failure to reconcile, with his past more poignant. 4. Setting up future themes, the quest for redemption. While Ultimate Wolverine #1 explores the immediate consequences of Wolverine's mind control and emotional trauma, it is also setting up future themes that will define the series. The first issue leaves readers with a sense of profound uncertainty about what will come next. Will Wolverine be able to reclaim his memories and his humanity, or is he doomed to remain a weapon forever? The Maker's role in keeping Wolverine under control hints at a larger battle for freedom and identity that will unfold in future issues. At its core, the story asks a crucial question: can someone truly come back from being turned into a tool of war, stripped of their identity and humanity? Wolverine's future is uncertain, but the thematic exploration of redemption, memory, and control suggests that his arc will be one of profound change, whether it's a return to his former self or a complete reimagining of who he can be. 5. The importance of psychological realism. One of the most fascinating aspects of this comic is its focus on psychological realism. Unlike many superhero stories that prioritize action and spectacle, Ultimate Wolverine #1 spends a considerable amount of time reflecting on the psychological toll of living a life defined by violence and manipulation. The trauma of being turned into the Winter Soldier is not just physical, it's emotional and mental. This psychological exploration of Wolverine gives readers a more nuanced view of his character. He's no longer just the berserker or the hero fighting for justice. He's a broken man grappling with the consequences of being turned into something he never wanted to be. Conclusion. Ultimate Wolverine #1 is far more than just an action-packed superhero comic. It's an introspective exploration of identity, memory, and redemption, set against the backdrop of Wolverine's tragic fall from grace. The plot doesn't just focus on external enemies, which centers on Wolverine's internal war, making this a deeply emotional journey. The themes of memory loss, control, and the quest for redemption promise a story that will resonate on a personal level for both the character and the reader. As the series progresses, it will undoubtedly delve deeper into the moral complexities of Wolverine's transformation and his search for who he truly is, setting the stage for a rich and layered narrative. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get more updates for future videos. Okay guys, see you on the next one.